remind the person next to you in the stands, right?
Right.
Just knock it off, right? Just knock it off. Because we're not here to listen to you chirp at the officials, whether it's basketball,
Right.
soccer, any of those things. And again, if there is an issue, the coaches usually see the same thing.
Right.
And they're right there to have a, they've got a side judge to talk to. And they'll talk to them, and then they'll talk to the White Hat. And you've seen the White Hat.
And then there's really no gray area just based on
the second quarter, so we didn't have any scoring in the last 11 minutes and 52 seconds of the second quarter. Two teams combined to score 20 points in the first 12 plus minutes of the game, only to go scoreless in the last 11 plus minutes. Clear Lake gets on the scoreboard on a 41-yard touchdown pass from senior backup quarterback Zane McCauley, who normally starts at wide receiver, to senior running back Jesse Hayes, who made a nice over-the-shoulder catch. The run failed on the two-point conversion, and our score at halftime 14-6. Two teams combined to throw 6 interceptions in the first half. St. Bernard's with 4 interceptions, warming up and getting ready for the second half. And an opportunity for us to thank all of our sponsors who help us out with high school sports on the radio. We would like to thank Redwood Empire Roofing, St. Bernard's Academy, Dr. Luke Omey, Mad River Lumber, Shanahan Ranch, Myrtletown Body Shop, Beacom Construction, McKay's Collision Repair, Fortuna Grocery Outlet, Green's Pharmacy, Ray's Used Cars, Sea Crane Company, Larry Doss with Mingtree Realty, Fred Robinson with Edward Jones in Fortuna, Old Growth Cellars, Hummel Tire and Wheel, George Peterson Insurance, and Redwood Capital Bank. Can't thank all of our sponsors enough for all of their support, whether it's our St. Bernard sponsors, our Fortuna sponsors, our sponsors that help us out with both schools, our new sponsors, our sponsors that have been with us for a long time. Really want to recognize and thank them for all of their support. So Marino is going to kick off for the Cardinals from the 40-yard line. And it's going to be just kind of a squib kick that's going to take a couple of high hops. It'll be fielded by Shanahan at the 23. It's got some running room. He's across the 25, across the 30, across the 35, and down to the 37-yard line, where the St. Bernard's offense will take over on the first possession of the second half. So a first down for St. Bernard's at their own 37. Crusaders opening the second half.
Around 37
Our
yard
left
line.
to our right is Coach Valet walking around with a jar of pickle juice. We need to get some pickle juice up here in the booth just in case either Dr. Luke Omey or myself cramp up at some point in time in the second half.
Steroids, I think, what that is. It's a nice test.
Yes, there you go. Off the record, right, Tracy?
Yeah, off the record.
Yes.
Testing high for pickle juice.
Tracy Rice all excited about the fact that he's got over 70 players playing youth football as far as the Northern Knights are concerned. Tracy, the president of the association, has done a great job through the years with youth football. And now Coach Tomlin is beside himself because it's going to be a delay of game penalty against the St. Bernard's
That game
offense.
called against the Crusaders.
You see that type of thing, especially early in the season, whether it's delay a game, procedure penalties. And St. Bernard's offense, who got off to such a promising start today, has kind of sputtered on their last few possessions. And it's basically due to turnovers. So it's 1st and 15. They give it to Nance. Nance finds some running room. And then Nance is going to end up getting tackled near the original line of scrimmage. Looked like Hayes was in on the tackle. And Nance does pick up 5 yards, so it's going to be, actually they're going to spot it at the 38, so a gain of 6, so it'll be 2nd and 9.
33-yard line of the Crusaders.
Now, is this the guy that scored 4 touchdowns on there? Or look at him, he's nodding his head like he knows who we're talking about. Good to see you there, young man. So 2nd and 9, and on 2nd and 9, they're going to pitch it to the edge and look for some running here. Across the 45 and out to the 48-yard.
First down, Crusaders.
Which is good enough for a first down.
First and 10 at the wrong 48-yard line for the Crusaders.
So a first down at the 48-yard line.
Good job.
Gain of 12 yards and a first down. Hagler looks over the defense with Nance in the backfield. Devlin goes in motion to the left. They give it to him on a fly sweep. He's able to avoid a couple of tackles before being tripped up in the backfield by Moreno.
Loss of a yard on the play brings up 2nd and 11. Second 11 at the 47-yard line for the Crusaders.
For a 1-yard loss. So it'll be 2nd and 11 at the 47 as we approach the 9-minute mark in the third quarter. Inside handoff to Nance. He's got some running room. Picks up the block downfield and he's going to be
about 10 on the play.
Before being tripped up
It'll be 2nd and 1 for the
by
Crusaders.
Moreno, so it's going to be 3rd and less than a yard. Now St. Bernard's with their jumbo formation in the game with Heinrichs operating out of the Wildcat. Direct snap to him. He's going to run straight up the middle and pick up enough for a first down. He's still on his feet before being brought down to the 37-yard mark.
Gain of 5 on the play, first down Crusaders.
So a gain of 5 and a first down.
First and 10 Crusaders at the
Very important
47-yard
possession for
line.
the St. Bernard's offense, just from a confidence standpoint. After they got off to a good start today, scoring on 2 of their first 3 possessions. So it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 37. Hagler wants to pass, but pressure looks downfield, has a man open, and the pass is overthrown. It was intended for Devlin. It was covered on the play by Portlock and Hayes.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
St. Bernard's has come up empty-handed on their last 4 possessions. On one of the drives, they were stopped on downs, and then on the other 3 possessions, they ended in an interception. So it's going to be 2nd and 10 at the 37. 8:01 left in the third quarter. Tag Wotherspoon along with Dr. Luke Omey here at Crusader Field. Hagler this time is going to keep it on a quarterback draw, and then he's going to be spun to the ground by Hayes at about the 31-yard line after he picks up 6 yards on the play.
Gain of 7 on the play
Hagler
brings
split
up
time last year.
6 on the play brings up 3rd and 4 for the Crusaders. Ball's at the Clear Lake 31-yard line.
Hey Tracy, check your text.
Luke Brunton not playing football this year, so Hagler, the starting quarterback, they're going to dump it off to Heinrichs.
Pass is
Heinrichs
completed
is
to
going to be
Heinrichs.
shoved out of bounds.
About a 9-yard gain on the play. 1st and 10
So a
Crusaders.
gain of 9 and a first down.
1st and 10 Crusaders at the Clear Lake 23-yard line.
So it's going to be a first down. At the 23-yard line. So 1st and 10 at the 23. Hagler being pressured will step up, looks across the middle, and this pass was almost intercepted by Hayes.
Pass knocked down by number 3, Jesse Hayes. Incomplete pass.
Hayes with the deflection.
All you gotta do is push this button on and off, and it'll say record right there.
So it's going to be 2nd and
And you
10.
can zoom in and out
2nd and 10 Crusaders.
if you want to. Here, I'll do this play. You can watch it on the screen if you want. That's what I do sometimes.
So 2nd and 10 at the 24. Trips to the left. They're going to pitch it to Nance, who's going to run to that side. And then Nance is going to be brought down after a short gain at the 22-yard line. Leading the way defensively is Graham.
So yeah, on and off, zoom in and out. And then just
So a gain of 2. It's going to be
And third
3rd
down
and
and
8.
3rd and 8 for the Crusaders at the 22-yard line.
So 3rd and 8 for the Crusader offense with just a little more than 7 minutes remaining in the 3rd period. Crusaders protecting a 14-6 lead over the Cardinals. Cardinals showing blitz and moving along the line of scrimmage. And it appears that Clear Lake may have jumped off sides. And they did.
Offsides called against Clear Lake. 5-yard penalty.
In talking with head coach Augie Perez, who's in his first year as the head coach at Clear Lake after being the junior varsity head coach, and then a longtime assistant coach with the varsity,
At the
Passy
16-yard line of
replaced
Clear Lake.
Mark Corey as the head coach. Coach Corey stepped down after last season. Mark Corey was a longtime assistant at Eureka High School, former quarterback at South Fork High School. Direct snap to Heinrichs, and he's going to pick up enough for a first down
Heinrichs
on
with the
3rd and
carry.
short. So St. Bernard's
Down to the 9-yard
once
line.
again on 3rd down.
Gain of 8 on the play. First down, Crusader.
And it's going to be 1st and goal from the 8-yard line. Coming up
First
with
and goal
the
from
10th
the
play of this
8-yard
drive.
line.
Tracy Rice coming out of the bullpen, doing the video, doing a nice job, showing Dr. Luke Omey's big shoes as once again a direct snap to Heinrichs, and Heinrichs runs
Heinrichs
through a
with the
couple
carry,
of tackles
right
before being brought down at the 5-yard line. Now we've got a late flag that was thrown over on the
Penalty
far
flag.
side of the field by head linesman D. Bro. The referee is Stephen Young. The umpire is Joe Quinn. The head linesman is D. Bro. The line judge is Caden Hollings. And the back judge, Coco Figueredo. Busy day for the officials today with 2 games here at St. Bernard's, 4 games up at McKinleyville High School, and 1 game at the Redwood Bowl.
Personal foul called against the Cardinals.
Okay, so it's going to be a personal foul penalty against Clear Lake. And that will make it 1st and goal at the 4. Heinrichs still in the game out of the Wildcat with Sorine in the backfield. And Heinrichs is going to run straight up the middle and into the end zone for the So a 3-yard touchdown run by Heinrichs makes it a 2-possession game. Heinrichs now will attempt the extra point. No will hold. Shanahan will snap. Snap spot, the kick is up, and it is good. Plays 63 yards, the numbers on that scoring drive. There's a little bit of a pause down there on the field.
Late penalty flag.
Okay, it's going to be offsides
against the defense.
Against Clear Lake. So we'll now say Bernard's maybe go for 2. And it appears that they will as Noel, who's the holder, checks out of the game, as he is replaced by Miles Sarai. So with the ball now spotted between the 1 and 2 yard line, Heinrichs will try to get in the zone. So Heinrichs scores on a 3-yard run, and then Heinrichs gets the 2-point conversion. Now they can play the fight song. So we're going to take a break in the action with 6 minutes and 16 seconds remaining in the third quarter. The St. Bernard's 22, Clear Lake 6. And we'll be back with more right after this timeout. Perfect. Thanks, Abe. So far, so good. Where are you going?
We just walked in there to go to the bathroom and this guy did. This guy was walking. Where you guys come from? Easy athletic director. So he took us to the whole
Oh, wow.
took us
Okay.
tours of the field house. Took us
Probably
tours
know the
everything.
guy.
Yeah, he's been there for 13 or 14 years.
Welcome back to Crusader Field as St. Bernard's get set to kick off. They now lead 22-6. 10 plays, 63 yards, the numbers on that scoring drive. Touchdown comes on a 3-yard run by Heinrichs to get the 2-point conversion. After an offsides penalty against Clear Lake, St. Bernard's decides to go for 2. Heinrichs scores on the 2-point conversion. And the Crusaders now lead 22-6. Heinrichs now will kick off for the 40, and he's going to kick this one away. It's going to be a line drive kick that will end up rolling into the end zone.
First to St. Clear Lake at their own 20-yard line.
So Clear Lake will start this drive at their own 20. Only points that the Cardinals were able to get was early in the second quarter on a 41-yard touchdown pass from McCauley to Hayes. But other than that, they've kind of struggled moving the ball against the St. Bernard's defense. So it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. McCauley has gone all the way at quarterback. Hayes is in the backfield. Twins to the left. Hoagland is split to the right. McCauley looks left. And now going in motion to the right. They hand the ball off to Portlock, who's going to be tackled for a loss, but then we've got a late flag. So a dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against St. Bernard's, and it's going to be against number 54, Jasiri Bailey. So Bailey now will check out of the game, and he is going to be talked to by assistant coach, veteran assistant coach Craig Allen. Craig Allen actually in the University Police Department up in Cal Poly Humboldt.
Okay, thanks, Jason.
Tracy Rice did a nice job coming out of the bullpen, bringing in that hard-throwing right-hander. Didn't have a chance to warm up much. So it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line after that penalty. And McCauley wants to throw, and he's going to look across the middle, and the pass is going to be in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, Graham, who was open. And Graham just dropped the football. So it'll be 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line. Game now over 2 hours old. Started a little bit after 2 o'clock this afternoon. Going to be 2nd and 10 at the 30. And on 2nd and 10 from the 30, they give it to Hayes, who bounces off a couple of tackles. Now it's going to cut back. It's going to be brought down.
That first by 32 is Ryan.
Robert Sarine in on the tackle along with Shanahan.
Gain of 4 on the play.
Keep in mind, Clear Lake today, without the services of their starting quarterback, Adam Brutch, who suffered a turf toe injury in their scrimmage last weekend. So Zane McCauley getting the start today. So it will be 3rd and 6 for the Cardinals offense. Empty backfield for McCauley. Trips to the right, twins to the left. McCauley now kind of looking across the middle, and the pass is going to be incomplete. Graham had a chance to make the catch, but he was kind of looking back maybe into the sun.
6 for the Cardinals.
And Graham was unable to make the catch. And it will now be a 4th down play coming up.
33-yard line for Clear.
McCauley now talking things over with first-year head coach Augie Perez. We'll see if the Cardinals, and it appears now the Cardinals punt team is going to come out onto the field. As McCauley now back in punt formation. Hoagland is the long snapper.
Penalty flag down.
Got a flag down, and I believe it's going to be delay a game against the Cardinals, who were having
Delay a game on the offense. 5-yard penalty.
deciding whether they wanted to maybe go for it on 4th down or whether they wanted to punt.
Brings up 4th and 12 for Clear.
So McCauley appears to be back in punt formation. And McCauley will punt it away. Line of scrimmage is the 28-yard line. It's going to take a Clear Lake bounce. And it is going to be down
Into the 24-yard line.
at the 25-yard line. So a 48-yard punt. And the Crusaders will get the ball back on offense, leading 22-6 with 5:01 left in the 3rd quarter. St. Bernard scoring on their first possession of the 2nd half. And a 3-yard touchdown run by Heinrichs. Crusaders return to action next Friday night. Non-conference game against McKinleyville at McKinleyville High School. 1st and 10 at the 25, and on 1st and 10 from the 25 to get it to Nance. Nice job lowering his head. Runs through a couple of tacklers before being brought down at the 33-yard line, a gain of 8.
Gain of 7 on the play after the 33-yard line. 2nd and 3 for the Crusaders.
Meanwhile, Clear Lake will be on the road again next week. They will travel to Arbuckle to play the Pierce Bears right off of I-5. 7 o'clock kickoff next Friday night in Arbuckle. Clear Lake Cardinals and the Pierce Bears. Then they will play their first conference game of the season the following Friday against Fort Bragg, and that will be at home. And now Hagler's going to keep it himself and have to get all types of running room. Races down the sidelines.
Hagler hit out of bounds. They got the 36-yard line. Penalty flag down.
Great hit against Tony Marino. That's probably more frustration than anything else.
32-yard run by Hagler.
It's a
Penalty
32-yard
at
run
the
by Hagler, who was able to get to the edge and race down the field. And pick up more than enough for a first down. So a dead ball, personal foul penalty against
Personal foul
Marino.
against the Cardinals.
And And umpire Joey Quinn now will move the ball to the 20-yard line, where it will be 1st and 10 for the St. Bernard's offense with 4:03 left in the third quarter. Crusaders 22.
First and 10 Crusaders at the Clear Lake 20-yard line.
6. Good to see Ray Hamill from Humboldt Sports on the sidelines taking pictures. And on first down, Hagler will pitch it to Nance, who loses his footing before being brought down by Hayes close to the line of scrimmage. Nance now will check out as junior Robert Sarine checks in. No gain on the play, it's going to be 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 Crusaders.
Ray does a tremendous job
The 20-yard line.
covering local sports here on the North Coast, whether it's college sports, high school sports, or youth sports. And a very busy day for Ray today, with 6 high school football games and 1 college game. To pass out the flag intended for Ikea. College of the Redwoods hosted Sacramento City College. We'll try to get a score on that game. That was a 1 o'clock kickoff at the Redwood Bowl this afternoon.
3rd down and 10 for the Crusaders.
And then there were 4 games. A junior varsity game that started at 11:30 between Fort Bragg and McKinleyville, followed by a varsity game between the same 2 schools. And then they're going to squeeze in that game that was originally scheduled for last night. This time it's going to be an inside handoff to Sarine. And they're just kind of running through a would-be tackler, Hoagland, before being brought down at the 17-yard line. There will now be 4th and 7. And it appears that the field goal unit is on the field. And that Heinrichs is going to attempt a 33-yard field goal. Snap spot, the kick by Heinrichs is up. Plenty of distance, and it's good.
Kick by Heinrichs is good.
So Heinrichs connects from 33 yards.
33-yard field goal.
And St. Bernard's now leads 25-6. We'll take a break in the action, and we'll be back with more right after this timeout. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you. You got it. So you know the schedule, right, Aiden? Okay. Okay. So we got a couple. Yeah, we don't have another game for a couple weeks. I got to get back to Oregon and get some things done. Okay, 5 plays, 41. 5 plays, 59 yards. Jack, okay?
Yeah. He really live.
No, I'm off. I'm off.
He comes up here. You don't have a concussion. You gotta get him. You never got hit. I think he.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because Kim thought he actually was sick earlier this week.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Because he looked like he was a little bit under the weather.
Yeah, he didn't feel good.
Okay. You're right. That's a good answer, Coach.
Hayes picks up the kickoff.
I'm live there. I'm like, shut up.
3-yard
Ready
return.
whenever, Aiden. Okay, perfect. And the squib kick was picked up by Hayes at about the 10. He returns it to the 16. So Clear Lake trying to get something going offensively. St. Bernard's with their biggest lead of the game. They're now on 19, 25-6. I want to thank Jason Gable for making sure that Dr. Luke Omey and I were taken care of. Brought us some lunch. Some teriyaki chicken and rice. And now making it 4 save runners.
Number 77.
Laurie McCauley very slow in getting to his feet after being brought down by H.A.
Loss of 5 on the play.
Loss of 5 yards on the play. Back to the 11-yard line. So it will be 2nd and 15 for the Cardinals, who trail 25-6.
2nd and 15 for the Cardinals at their own 10-yard line.
Crusaders with 3 touchdown runs and a field goal, and now Clear Lake's going to take a timeout, so we're going to keep it right here.
Timeout called by Clear Lake.
St. Bernard's opened the scoring with an 8-yard touchdown run by Hagler with 6:45 remaining in the first quarter. They then added to the lead with 21.3 seconds remaining in the opening period on a 32-yard touchdown run by Nance. Clear Lake scored their only touchdown of the game with 11:52 left in the first half on a 41-yard touchdown pass from McCauley to Hayes. The run failed on the 2-point conversion. That made the score 14-6. And then St. Bernard's has scored 11 points here in the third quarter. Actually, all 11 points have been scored by Heinrichs. He scored on a 3-yard run and then got the 2-point conversion with 6:16 left in this quarter. And then just kicked a 33-yard field goal. St. Bernard's now has opened up a 25-6 lead. 1 minute and 40 seconds remaining. In the third quarter, Clear Lake taking a timeout. St. Bernard's with their full complement of timeouts remaining in the second half. Cardinals using their first timeout. Now McCauley back to pass, and he is going to be sacked once again.
Nance with the quarterback sack.
Leading the way this time was Nance. And Nance sacking McCauley inside the 5, back at the 3. So it's going to be 3rd and 23 for the Cardinal offense, which is moving in the wrong direction. St. Bernard's with Bohan and Shanahan in the game. Just dropping back in the secondary as McCauley's back to throw. He's being pressured, wants to set something up across the middle. He dumps it off to Hayes. And then Hayes is going to be brought down after a short game.
First down, Heinrichs.
A-Chain and Heinrichs in on the tackle.
A-Chain pass coverage.
Yes, A-Chain and pass coverage is right. Clock continues to run. That might have been the final play of the third quarter, depending on what the Cardinals decided to do. And you can tell that the Cardinals right now, they're kind of running out of gas. They only have 15 players in uniform today, and that's kind of taking its toll. Seth Showalter, a junior, is not in uniform today, and neither is fellow junior Jesus Bilardo. And then senior quarterback Adam Brutch out with the turf toe. So that's it for the third quarter. So at the end of 3 quarters, it's the Crusaders 25 and the Cardinals 6, and we'll be back with the fourth quarter right after this timeout. Perfect, thank you. You got to get hit. Did he ever get touched?
I don't. No, I don't think so. He did get tackled like once. But I go, did
He scored 4 times. That's Jack, right?
Yeah.
He said he was just under the weather earlier.
He was like, he missed school Monday, Tuesday.
Oh.
So yeah, he's just back. So it's probably just like from not being all the way better.
Oh, and then like
He
you said,
comes
being
up with
hydrated.
a big question. Well, yeah, he's like sleeping in, sleeping in.
Return. And the St. Bernard's offense that has scored on both of their possessions here in the second half will take over with the
St.
short
Bernard taking
field
a first and 10 at the 24-yard line of the Cardinals.
as they will have a first down at the Clear Lake 24. St. Bernard's now in the fourth quarter, moving from our right to our left on the radio dial. And on first down, Hagler's going to keep it himself. He's got all kinds of running room. As he runs right up the middle, he's going to be very close to a first down.
Gain of 13 on the play, first down Crusaders.
So a gain of 13 yards on the play and a first down.
First and 10 Crusaders at the 11-yard line.
St. Bernard's offensive line led by junior center Josh Tinkham, who's a 3-year starter. This time they give it to Nance, and Nance is going to be tackled for a loss. He did a nice job of almost getting back to the line of scrimmage. I have to pause. He was originally hit back at the 16 or 17-yard line, and he managed to stay on his feet
Second and 11.
before being tackled at the 12. So it ended up being a 1-yard loss on the play. So it's second and 11 at the 12. Hagler getting the play call from first-year offensive coordinator and former Crusader standout, Jack Rice. Pass out in the flat's going to be thrown behind Ikea. So Ikea was open out in the flat,
Number 88, incomplete.
timing off a little bit
Brings up third
between
down for
Hagler
Crusaders.
and Ikea. Clock stops with 10:32 remaining in the fourth quarter. It's going to be third and 11. Coach Stomlin giving the keys to the offense to Jack Rice, who helped lead St. Bernard's to a state championship back in 2015. Sarine loses the handle. The ball is loose, and it's
And
going to be
Sarine fumble on the
by
play,
David
recovered
Frederick.
by Clear Lake, number 9. David Frederick.
Crusaders with their 5th turnover of the afternoon. Frederick falls on the loose ball. And Clear Lake will get the ball back. They will have a first down at the 15-yard line.
First and 10 Clear Lake at their own 15-yard line.
Clear Lake trails 25-6. Make sure you stay with us for the post-game show. On the post-game show, we will recap the scoring in today's game. We'll look at some numbers from today's game. We will visit with veteran head coach Matt Tomlin, and we will also take a look at the scoreboard. So McCauley now directing traffic as Marino goes in motion to the left. Spread formation with Hayes in the backfield. They fake the handoff to Hayes. McCauley being pressured, and he is going to be sacked again back at the 7-yard line.
In the backfield, number 75.
Heinrichs along with number 75, Josh Tinkham, make the sack back inside the 10-yard line at the 8. A loss of 7 on the play.
Loss of 7 brings up 2nd and 17 for Pruitt.
Going to be 2nd and 17. St. Bernard's will host Hoopaw Valley in their homecoming game 2 weeks from today. On Saturday, September 13th. Now we got a high snap that's over Hayes' head. He's just going to kick it out of the end zone for a safety.
Wherever the quarterback said, kicked out of the end zone.
Flag down in the end zone. It's probably going to be some type of
safety is the call, 2 points for the
Crusaders.
Crusaders.
Safety with 9:34 to go in the game. So the Crusaders have scored a bunch of different ways. They've got a safety, they've got a field goal, they've got an extra point, they've got a 2-point conversion, and then they've also scored 3 touchdowns. Kind of an interesting way of coming up with 26 points. Break it down for you. So there's going to be a free kick now. So 2 extra points by Heinrichs. The safety that they just recorded. A field goal by Heinrichs.
The kickoff will take place from the 10-yard line after the...
And then 3 touchdowns. Two 1s, a 2, a 3. And then 3 6s. Actually 2 2s, a safety and a 2-point conversion. So 2 1s, 2 2s, a 3, and 3 touchdowns. So now, because of the penalty with Hayes kicking the ball out of the end zone, the free kick's going to come from the 10. So Marino with the free kick from the 10, that's going to be fielded by Devlin, caught, dropped, picked up, finally by Devlin at the 43-yard line. Devlin makes a nice move in the open field, he's still on his feet, and then he's going to be
by Devlin, 10 yards, penalty flag there.
Got another flag down. Marino along with Ingram making the tackle. Teams played last year on a Friday night down in Lakeport in Lake County on September 20th. And St. Bernard's was able to pull away in the fourth quarter of that game, winning by a final score of 45-13. Penalty on the return against St. Bernard's is going to move the ball back into Crusader territory with 9:22 to play. Today's broadcast, of course, coming your way.
First 10 Crusaders at their 37-yard line.
FM. You can also go online and listen to us at madliberalradiogroup.com, the TuneIn phone app, and then also on our Facebook page. The pass is going to be caught out flat by Heinrichs for a short game. 95.1 Mix FM.
Gain of 5 on the play.
Facebook.
2nd and 5 for the Crusaders.
Where's Bill Belichick?
Their own 42-yard line.
So a gain of 5 on the play. It's going to be 2nd and 5. So St. Bernard's gets the safety. And the bad snap on the punt. Now Hagler's going to pitch it to Nance, who's going to try to get to the edge, and he does, and he's going to pick up for a first down before being tripped up, where he's going to be very close, depending on the spot. A little premature by me. I think initially I thought that he picked up enough for a first down, but we'll see.
Spot over on the
fourth side of the field.
first down.
And he's going to be just short of a first down.
Gain of 4.
So it's going to be third. Now they're going to call for a measurement. So maybe I might be right after all. We'll see what happens. Our next broadcast, we're going to take a few weeks off. I'm actually going to be up working in Oregon, working at Grants Pass Downs. And then our next broadcast will be the Milk Can game on Friday, September 19th, when Fortuna entertains Ferndale. Game taking place at Husky Field. And we're going to be very busy during the month of October. We've got 6 games in October. A couple of weeks where we have double headers. And then things are going to be different this year in the Big Four Conference. Everybody in the Big Four will play 6 conference games. Everybody will play a home and home with each other. And we will be doing all 6 of St. Bernard's conference games. And 5 out of 6 when it comes to the Huskies and Big Four conference play. John Eager, along with Dale Walker with the chains, Mickey Ayala's over there, Dan Cruz with the clip. Veteran 8-game crew, one of the best in the business. Once again, they're keeping Coach Rinker on his toes. I believe 9:07. Stephen Young doing a really good job, paying very close attention to the job that Coach Rinker's doing today. So now it's 3rd and inches. They're going to give it to Devlin on a fly sweep, and he's got more than enough for a first down. Really nifty running.
3 yards carry there.
Brought down at the 30-yard line.
First and 10
Gain of
Crusaders.
28 yards and a first down.
Like 30.
So St. Bernard's has had success today moving the football. Now it's a first down at the 30-yard line. So Ryan's in the backfield. Hagler now thought about throwing the ball, will keep it himself, and he's going to be brought down just short of the line of scrimmage.
Tripped up by number 9, David Frederick.
Loss of a yard on the play. David Frederick hit on the tackle.
Second
Really have to
Crusaders.
give first-year head coach Augie
The 30-yard line.
and his coaching staff and his players a lot of credit for kind of hanging in there today, despite the fact that they're very short-handed. I think we're just kind of wearing them down here in the second half. Crusaders comfortably in front. They lead 27-6. St. Bernard's hoping to add to that lead. And the Crusaders now
Timeout called by St. Bernard's.
take a timeout. So we're going to keep it right here. A couple of notes to pass along as far as what's happening. So St. Bernard's back in action next week, next Friday night, non-conference game against McKinleyville. It's taking place in northern Humboldt. and then Clear Lake on the road for the second straight week. They will travel to Arbuckle to play the Pierce Bears. Okay, next Friday night. Here's kind of an interesting officials note to pass along to you. I had a really nice visit with Fred Robinson the other day, and he brought it to my attention that 5 of the officials that worked the game earlier today at the Redwood Bowl between Sacramento City College and College of the Redwoods, they are working a double-header today. And the local officials are Chris Peterson, Eric Tallman, Tyler Goss, and Fred Robinson, and then Robert Chavez, who's from Klamath Falls. He was the referee for the Sacramento City Community College CRA chapter at the Redwood Bowl. Hagler keeps himself on second down, and he's brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
Brings up 3rd and 8 for the Crusaders.
So that group of 5, after doing a junior college game today at the Redwood Bowl at 1 o'clock, they are also part of the group for tonight's game between Eureka and Arcata up at McKinleyville High School. So definitely wanted to recognize that group of officials doing double duty today. Chris Peterson, Eric Tolman, Tyler Goss, and Fred Robinson. Hagler back to pass down will scramble, and he is going to be dragged down short of a first down by Frederick. Now, Robert Chavez came over to be the referee for the JC game today between Sacramento City College
along 3
and College of the Redwoods, and then because of all the games being played, they talked him into helping out with the high school game tonight. So Heinrich's now with a 40-yard field goal attempt. Snap spot, the kick is up, and this one's going to be wide to the left.
Heinrich's kick wide to the left.
Some issues trying to get it down. So the 40-yard field goal.
So they can take over on downs. First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
And the Cardinals now will get the ball back at their own 23-yard line. Trailing 27-6 with 6 minutes and 15 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. The other thing worth mentioning is that the location of the 2 games between St. Bernard's and Eureka, they flip-flop those 2 games. I'll give you that update here in a second. Calling back the pass, being pressured now, will roll to his left. He looks downfield and completes the pass. And the catch is made by Hoagland. Finally brought down at the 32-yard line. As he picks up enough for a first down. Clear Lake actually starting that drive at their own 20-yard field goal. So a gain of 12 and a first down. And the pass from Macaulay to Hoagland. And Hoagland now is going to be slot to the right. You got Cripps to the right, Twins to the left. Empty backfield. Macaulay being chased by Sarine does a nice job of avoiding the rush and dumping it off to Graham, who picks up enough for a first down out to the 45.
First down yardage. 13 yards up to the 45-yard line.
So on Saturday, October 4th, in a game that was originally scheduled to week up at the Redwood Bowl, that game will now be played at Crusader Field on Saturday afternoon. It'll be a 2 o'clock kickoff. First down, and the pass is going to be caught by Hayes. Hayes does a nice job of going before being brought down near midfield.
5-yard gain, second five,
Saturday, October 25th, instead of the game being played here at St. Bernard's, it will be played at the Redwood Bowl on Saturday night. It'll be a 7:30 kickoff, so make a note on that. As far as location changes and time changes with the 2 games between Eureka and St. Bernard's. McCauley now with all day is going to roll to his right as he tries to extend the play. And he completes the pass to defensive back coach Greg Allen. Makes a nice catch there on the side. Coach Allen very sure-handed. Clock stops with 4:56 to go. So it's now 3rd and 5 for the Cardinals. Josh Tinkham checks back in the game. Just a 3-man rush. On 3rd and 5, empty backfield. McCauley now trying to find someone open. Just going to kind of throw this. It's going to be another grounding call against McCauley. Nobody was in the area. Good footwork there by Joey Quinn as the ball was thrown to him, and it was a low throw, and he kind of looked like a soccer player as he kind of bounced off his foot, and he was able to make the catch. Stephen Young's going to give us the call. Okay, intentional grounding, spot foul, and a loss of down. We'll move it back to the 37-yard line.
Loss of down.
So it's going to be 3rd and 18 for the Cardinals offense. Actually, with the loss of down, it's going to be 4th down. Holden Hall checks out of the game. And McCauley and the Cardinals offense will go for it on 4th down, and the pass out of the flat underthrown. It was intended for Portlock. So the St. Bernard's offense will get the ball back with 4:43 to play. And they will have a 1st down.
First and 10 Crusaders at their own 37-yard line.
At the Clear Lake 37. So a 1st down for the Crusaders, who lead 27-6. And St. Bernard's is going to take another timeout. Get some college football scores from Dr. Luke Omey. He's working that phone right now. Let's maybe Ohio State. Let's get some upset. Okay,
Ohio State over Texas.
Okay, final score earlier today. It was 3rd-ranked Ohio State beating top-ranked Texas 14-7. Ohio State jumped out to a 14-0 lead. They hang on to the win. It's going to go to that college football scoreboard. A lot of big games today. Coach Omey doing a very good job. Look at that. Now he's got, okay, here we got flights. Where are we flying to? Okay, we got top 25 scores. Okay, yeah, let's go through. Okay, we got to get rid of this thing over here. There we go. Okay, let's see if we get some finals. As far as top 25 finals. Okay. Finals here. Okay, LSU Clemson, they play tonight at 4:30 on ABC. Okay, there's a final. Penn State, they beat Nevada 46-11. Penn State, the number 2nd-ranked team. Georgia knocks off Marshall 45-7. And Hagler on 1st down is going to keep it himself, and he's going to spin to about the 1-yard line. So Ohio State 14, Texas 7. These are all finals. Penn State 46, Nevada 11, Georgia 45, Marshall 7, Oregon 59, and Montana State 13. Unranked Florida State upsets Alabama 31-17. Indiana beat Old Dominion 27-14. This time they're going to pitch it to Robertson Ryan. And Robertson Ryan, nice cutback to the first down. And then the other final we have, 24th ranked Tennessee defeated Syracuse 45-26 in a game that took place in Atlanta.
gain of just about
Army
5
got beat
yards. Third
last
score
night.
for the
Double
Crusaders.
overtime.
Less than a yard.
Coach Omey,
I was crying.
yes, that was definitely tough. Losing, I believe, what, Tarleton State?
Tarleton State.
Yes, exactly. Tarleton State kind of making a name for themselves, beating Army last night. So it's going to be 3rd and 1. Coach Omey, thank you for a look at the scoreboard. Inside handoff to Robert Sarai. He's got a first down.
32.
He's going to carry the ball
Sarai
to
with
the
the carry.
22-yard line. So St. Bernard's able to
Good
move
foul on
the
the
chains
play.
as the clock continues to
First and
move.
10 Crusaders at the 22-yard line at the Cardinals.
Stops as they move the chains. 3:15 remaining. Going to be 1st and 10 at the 22. Former standout St. Bernard's running back Dan Cruz taking care of the clip over there on the far side of the field. Hagler rolling to his right now, looks downfield into the end zone, and Heinrichs can't catch up to it. Heinrichs tried to make the catch over near the corner behind the home dugout over in the baseball field. St. Bernard's might be, let's think about this, Dr. Luke Omey.
Yeah.
Since you're up here with me, and we're at that point in the game. Is this the only field that we know of off the top of our head in our area that's actually a baseball field and a football field?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so.
We used to play at Babe Ruth too, the Redwood Acres field.
Redwood Acres,
Yeah.
which was kind of a baseball football
Yeah.
type situation.
Yeah.
Yes. So it's going to be an inside handoff to Sharine on
Good
second
to see
and
Sharine
10, and he's
carry.
going to be stopped. I know that when I was going to school here at St. Bernard's back in the mid-'70s, early '70s, mid-'70s, that they played their home games.
Yeah.
Being 2
You remember when they started playing their games here?
It was in the 90s.
In the
sometime.
90s,
Yeah.
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 First playing their games on campus. But I really do think that this is the only field or the only place in our area at the high school level where baseball games and football games use the same field.
Yeah. Lucky us.
Yes. Approaching the 2-minute mark, and it's
There we
going to be
go.
Sarine running straight ahead.
32
And he's going to
Sarai.
be brought down just short of a first down. It was like the Coliseum in Oakland. I think that was the last place
Yeah.
where
Gain of
both
5 on the
football
play.
games and baseball games were played at the same place.
Brings up 4th and 3 for the Crusaders. Just inside the 15-yard line.
So it's going to be 4th and 3, just inside the 15, and it looks like the field goal unit is out there. Heinrichs made a 33-yard field goal, missed a 40-yard field goal. And this appears to be about a 30-yard field goal attempt. Snap spot, the kick is up, and this one looks like it's going to split the uprights, and it does.
Field goal by Heinrichs is good.
So Heinrichs probably one of the best high school field goal kickers that we've seen in our area in quite a while. This time he makes a 30-yard field goal, his second field goal of the game. He's made field goals from 30 and 33, and he missed the 40-yard. This one comes with 1:18 to play. It's just kind of an added weapon when you have someone like Heinrichs, who also has range 45 to 50 yards.
In our NCS championship game in 2019, Guillermo Cervantes
Yes.
kicked a 47-yarder
Right.
in the down against Kennedy Richmond.
Right,
Yeah, and we won by 3 points.
right,
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, it makes a
And I
big
think that
difference.
if I
It was the final
remember,
score of the game too.
I think
actually.
that game was maybe at Benicia High School.
It was a Benicia.
It was,
yeah.
yes.
It was a
When St.
It
Bernard's
was a-
beat Kennedy.
it was a neutral
Yes.
a neutral site 20 minutes away from their
Neutral
home
site.
stadium. Yeah,
And when St. Bernard's won the section championship, then they went on and won a state championship that year.
that's correct.
So it's amazing with the state championship thing. St. Bernard's kind of got it started in 2015. Fortuna won a state championship in 2017. And then St. Bernard's won their second state championship in 2019. Hayes is going to take the kick at the 15. He's across the 20. He's across the 25. And Hayes, who's a very patient runner, with a nice return out to the 35-yard line.
Brought down by number 19.
And then Ferndale wins a state championship in 2023, and then Arcata wins a state championship last year.
First and 10, Clear Lake. At the 35-yard line.
So Clear Lake will take over on their own 35. St. Bernard's now leading 30-6. Numbers on that scoring drive: 5 plays, 50 yards. 1:10 to play. Cardinals offense trying to end the game on a high note as far as trying to get something going offensively, and it's a delay and a handoff to Hayes, who's going to be tackled in the backfield for a 2-yard loss.
And up Hayes.
So it's going to be second and
for
long.
1-yard loss.
Asher Floyd's going to check in, 6'8",
Brings up
260.
2nd and 11 for Clear Lake.
Floyd starting left tackle, getting some playing time now on the defensive line. Everybody's had an opportunity to get some playing time today. And now I think Clear Lake there. Coach Saunderson, were we done? Coach Saunderson? Okay. Enjoy the rest of your Labor Day weekend. Coach Saunderson always there for us. As the Cardinals take the lead. So that is it. As the horn sounds, our final